Alright, so I think the last video I left off with, I was trying to get this gear and the bearing out, and then the center differential. I think I got that out at the end of the last video, but then the next part I was stuck at was getting this piece out, which sits behind the center differential. And what I did, I put a 10mm screw in here and another 10mm bolt over here. I was trying to wiggle them by the hand, that wouldn't move it. I was trying to grab them and twist this whole piece, that wasn't doing it. So I put a pair of vice grips on here and just a pair of pliers on the other end right here, and just trying to wiggle it back and forth. If I got it out too much, I would just either tap this one or the wrench on the other end to kind of kick it back and to keep it straight. That was a big pain in the rear trying to get that out. And then the next pain in the rear that was even worse was the viscous coupling. I couldn't see in the transmission that this was covering it, so I wasn't sure, but I flipped the transmission over upside down. Being that I have it on my stand over there, I just flipped it over. This piece fell right out, so I don't know if that maybe was hindering me being able to get it out or not. I don't know if that piece needs to even go back in or not, I'm not sure. But basically I had to take a pick, my pick that I showed in my other video. Not sure where I put it right offhand, but anyway, we'll just say, oh, here it is right over here. So basically all I did, took my little 90 in there and got it down from the inside, and was grabbing from behind it, and then on the other side I was working it out slowly but surely. If you flip the transmission over upside down, it might be a little bit easier. Just be careful because you don't want it to fall and hit you. If you're trying to get rid of this, it's not going to matter if it falls and hits the ground or not. I'm welding my center differential, so this part won't be needed anyways. I won't need to throw it back in there, so I'll be good to go. Now the next big headache, and I don't know if I can even take this part out, and I've got my transmission flipped up right now. This piece right down in here, I'm not sure if that even comes out. I don't know what these 3 bolts are for. Notice they're not very tall bolt heads, so you need to make sure you get a good grip on them so you don't strip out or round it off. You can see where I started to, so you gotta be very careful with that. I'm not sure if that part comes out. I don't know what this function does, whatever, but I know it does hold the gear from when these rotate. It does go to this part right here, which goes to this CV axles. So but I'm mainly trying to get everything out so that I can make sure everything is clean, and not to mention videos for you guys so you know how to get everything done. So sorry I have somebody doing the grass down the road, but anyway, that's it for now. If anybody has any advice on what that is or how to get that out, as far as the last 3 bolts there, I don't even know if those 3 bolts have to come out or not, but once I get that part out, then the center section here will be the last part, whatever is involved there, and then I can just go ahead and pull this part out once I get the transmission off the stand. Also note that there is a shim here, so be careful so you don't drop it on the ground and lose it. You will need that as far as that is concerned, but other than that, when I figured that part out there, I'll continue on. So that's it for now.